Tuesday morning, and welcome to Mary and Penny's summer adventure. Yesterday, Penny and I had a little fun with the story of Bolt Castle. But after doing some reading last night, I wanted to share the real story. George Bolt wasn't born wealthy. He immigrated from Germany as a young man, started working in hotels, and through hard work, became the owner and manager of New York's famous Waldorf Astoria Hotel, making him one of America's wealthiest hoteliers. He built Bolt Castle as a gift for his wife, Louise, who tragically, she died suddenly in 1904 at just 41 years of age. George immediately stopped construction, never returned to the island, never remarried, and he died 12 years later in 1916 at age of 65. Standing there yesterday, knowing the full story, the castle became much more than a beautiful building. It became a reminder that love can leave a legacy far greater than stone. Now, Penny and I are off to Brockville this morning, and we will end the day in Ottawa. Come along with us. Hi there, it's Mary and Penny, and end of day recap here from Tuesday. So we started off early this morning from Kingston. We had spent a couple nights there, and then we took the Thousand Island Parkway drive to Gananoque, and that's a beautiful drive. It was a whole lot nicer than getting on the 401. One thing I would recommend, we spent a couple nights in Kingston. It's a beautiful city. From what we saw down by the waterfront, it's very nice. And we had taken a trip to Bolt Castle. And what I would do is also after Bolt Castle, if you go there, spend a day or two in Gananoque. It's a beautiful downtown area. Get away from the touristy spot, and the rest of the place is just beautiful. So after a brief stop in Gananoque, we headed to Brockville?
Yes.
To Brockville. So not a whole lot in Brockville, but we did find a cool little diner called John's. Was it just John's Restaurant?
Yes. Yeah.
John's Restaurant, Jon, John's. And a great little hole-in-the-wall restaurant with fantastic food, great service. It has been there since the early 1960s, so I'm assuming family run probably. So one of the big highlights of Brockville is, what's it called? It's the underground railway tunnel?
Railway tunnel, yes.
That's it. So that's kind of an oxymoron, because of course a railway tunnel is underground, right? But it is a railway tunnel. So just going to give you, I have a tiny bit of history here. So this was Canada's first railway tunnel. So at the time, this was an incredible engineering achievement, allowing trains to pass right through the solid rock. And there is a lot of rock down in that area. But right now it's set up as a tourist site, and you can walk through the 525 meter tunnel. And they have a colorful light display. So we went through in the daytime, and I think you can see from my previous video today that they've got quite a light show. And I think at nighttime, it's even something more special. Beautiful little park by the river in Brockville. It's definitely worth making a stop there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was.
Yeah. So then we headed on to Ottawa, and that is where we are spending the night. Penny's home is Ottawa originally, is where she was born and raised. So we did some visit with her family and her friends. We are staying tonight in the guest suite at her friend's condo, which is definitely a 5-star. So we're pretty happy about that. We're being spoiled here.
Yes, I would say so.
Yes. Went for dinner last night at a place called, do you remember?
Yes. Moe's Newport Restaurant.
Moe's. What a better place to go, eh? It specializes in pizza and Elvis. I have no idea what the two have to do with each other, but it was an interesting vibe, that's for sure. And again, the food and service was fantastic. And so I think that's about all we did yesterday. We did a fair bit of driving yesterday. So we're just gonna grab a good night's sleep and stay tuned for what adventures tomorrow brings. Thanks for tagging along. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.